Yeah, you don't need to think about yourself that detailed. Of course, you can't make your nose a little bit bigger or your ears a little bit. Oh, baby. Oh.
笔在后面。Should I put some makeup?
No, don't worry.
我觉得第一个问题可以劲爆一点，让人听起来很兴奋。谁先？
I will go first. Can you tell me one thing about you that I don't know already?
哦，这个要说很久的。我昨晚做了一个梦，我没有告诉你。
好，继续。
我梦到我的前男友。
你是什么？钱包？
我梦到我的 X。
哦，是吧？
我们可不可以跨过这个？
No. Remember, we have to speak 100% truthfully.
好吧，在梦里呢，有你还有他，就是情况很乱，我不知道为什么我又跟他在一起了，但是我当时心里很矛盾，我不知道发生了什么。
If I was a dream reader, I might say, from this dream we can tell you still have inner turmoil about your ex. Maybe you haven't placed him behind you.
你准备好了吗？我们在一起多少天了？
I can't tell you the exact days. About a year and a half. I don't know exactly. Sometime in May.
我就知道你会这样说，好吧？
What is your biggest dream for your life?
哇，biggest dream。我希望我们可以找一个很漂亮的地方，我们自己建一个大房子，
Oh,
然后里面装修很漂亮，什么都有，有很大的厨房，有好几个房间，然后我们再建一个房车。
Oh, okay. So you want to build everything yourself? Build a house yourself? Build a camper van yourself?
对，但是这个需要有钱，对吧？有钱我们才可以建房子。
是一个很好的吗？
对，其实我也不太想 build。
You just want to make me build it.
啊，到我了吗？我的缺点，说出一个，至少一个。
一个缺点。You will ask me questions you already asked me. Maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times in the same hour. So you have to ask me the same thing
因
again.
为我英语不好呀。还有别的吗？
Just one is enough, I think.
我想一下，我应该怎么回答你这个问题？
不是问题。
对，我觉得大部分是因为我没有听懂，我都不知道你已经告诉我了，所以我又问了你一遍。我觉得这个没有问题，我觉得我可以问你，我只是提醒。
That's why it's your weakness.
我只
You
是
think
提
it's
醒。
no problem.
好吧，这个可以改善一下。我会尽量以后少问。
What is one thing you wish you could change about me?
啊，好问题。我觉得你近乎完美。
近乎。
almost perfect。 不要因为害怕胖就吃的很少。
你想让我胖？
对，所以
对。
我想改变你的，如果可以，我想改变你的地方就是，不要觉得一直让自己瘦才是最好的，你胖一点点，我也可以接受的，我不介意，看起来会更strong。
好，那你稍等一下。
干嘛？I saw you check the camera. 这不算什么。你觉得我哪里最不好看？
不好看。
最不好看。
最 最不好看。所以你的意思是 the worst, but actually it doesn't have to be bad.
都行。
It's just the worst. 你为什么想让我答案这个问题？你为什么知道最不好看的地方？
我就是想听听，你也可以说没有啊。
But if I answer anything, it will make you think badly about it.
我觉得这个要取决于你怎么看待这个问题。
I like all of you.
我的
So
牙
I
吗
have？to find.
我的牙，
Yeah, I don't mind.
这个只是你 don't mind。
Yeah,
If you had a choice, if you could have a choice.
it's part of you. It's always been part of you since I've known you.
好，you pass the test.
Maybe I would say something like your fungus infection on your nail.
是这个吗？
对对对。
我也很讨厌这个地方。
But I think even that, like, it doesn't bother me. So I think to say it's your worst point is still like, yeah, kind of silly. But yeah, I guess.
因为是我逼你说的，所以你不得不说一个。怎么说呢？就是你知道吗？我以前跟别的男生在一起的时候，他们会跟我说我很多缺点。
Really?
他们说你胸太小了。他说啊，你的屁股太大了。
Well, I think that's their problem.
他说
It's not your
他说我的腰太粗了。
But none of these things are true.
对，因为我可以明显的感觉到，我和你在一起之后，你从来没有说过我，你会感觉都是好的。其实我一直都知道这个问题，我一直都知道，为什么我们两个关系这么好，就是因为我们知道我们知道欣赏对方，你知道欣赏我，我也会欣赏你。你知道我以前是什么样子的吗？我以前就是我会感觉自己，这个地方骨头太大了，我的眼太小了，我会感觉自己的眉毛都没有眉毛，每天都要去画眉毛，如果不画，别人会以为我没有眉毛。然后呢，感觉我的鼻子，你看这么小，你看这个地方，
我喜欢你的鼻子。
你看这么小，还感觉我的嘴巴太大了，还感觉我的牙也不整齐，所以我戴了牙套。对，我觉得我的身材也不好，我的腿也不直。
It's painful to hear all these things, genuinely, because yeah, you don't need to think about yourself that detailed. Of course you can't make your nose a little bit bigger or your ears a little bit... Oh, baby. Oh.
其实我早都知道你是这种人，就是我觉得我只是我只是想告诉你，我以前是一个什么样的人。我以前就真的希望我可以换一张脸，我可以希望把我的眼睛换掉，把我的鼻子换掉，把我的嘴巴换掉。
Why do you think that is though? I don't think that's because they're ugly, because they're not. I think it's because of like input from elsewhere, because of films, because of adverts, because of TV shows. Maybe you've heard people talk about these things in a certain way, and you can think, oh yeah, my ears are like that, my nose is like that.
其实遇到你之前，我还是会感觉我希望我可以把我的眼睛更大一点，把我的鼻子更高一点，我感觉我的腿好丑，我还有这个想法。但是自从我和你在一起之后，我慢慢的这种想法就变得很少了。所以现在我根本都不会去想我的问题，因为我知道我真的不用去想这么多。我们在一起很开心，你不会想要我有一个大鼻子，你也不想要，你也不会。
It's not important at all.
对我。
I think your exes have a lot to answer for. I think they're terrible people.
所以我觉得，我不用去担心我好不好看，我就感觉我一直很幸福。
Yeah, baby. Oh. I never knew this thing affected you so much. But not anymore from the sounds of it.
你刚说什么？没听懂。
我 想说我不知道就是有那么大影响，但是看来你现在没有那么大的影响，
没有，
就是之前的。
我以前有那种想法，可能是因为和我在一起的人，他们希望我变成那个样子，然后我也被他们影响了。我也觉得，如果我不变成那种样子，可能就没有人喜欢我。但是现在我发现，我还是我自己，但是还是有人喜欢我，你还是那么喜欢我，我觉得这就够了。
Okay. I'm going to turn this around because I've written what is one thing you're proud of about yourself.
Myself. 就是让我觉得最自豪的一件事情，就是我觉得我克服了一些难题，我没有不管它，我没有不管这个问题，而是做了很多努力。我可能会查一些资料，我在想这个是天生的吗？还是因为后期因为我自己的原因，因为我周围的环境给了我压力，才让我这个样子的。然后我发现应该是我的后天的原因，不是天生的，应该是后天的原因。我觉得是可以克服的。我逼自己上台演讲，去说一些，就是在公众场合去讲话，我就逼自己去了。然后我觉得我现在其实已经好的差不多了，我感觉还行，因为我可以教学生上课。如果我当时不做任何努力，如果我当时接受那个事实，我现在可能还是结巴。
I know you've mentioned it before, but it's like you're describing a different person. It's so not a part of you now. I see you as someone that's able to speak to anyone really openly. I mean, when we're out on the streets filming, you're so easy to just walk up to people and have a great conversation and find something to talk about them with, and people like you immediately.
你觉得我控制欲强不强？
控制欲 you control what?
The desire to control.
我觉得大部分的地方不强，但是有的地方有一点强，就是 in the big things it's not a problem. Yeah, you won't try to control me. Or other people. I don't think you ever try to control other people. Maybe kids when you're looking after them, but that's kind of different. But sometimes you'll like me to do things in a certain way. Like we have to wear our shoes in certain places around the house. But I understand this for a reason, because maybe you just clean the floor, or maybe you don't want the dirt to go into the bed or whatever. But still, there's still controlling to a certain level.
你的意思是，当你不想穿鞋的时候，我让你穿鞋是吗？我告诉你你要穿鞋。你可不可以就是 Can you understand that? It's my advice, my suggestion.
I don't think it's suggestion.
那如果我说 Could you blah 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 please? 这样可以吗？
Yeah, that would be a suggestion.
我是这样说的，我说你可以穿拖鞋吗？穿拖鞋好不好？
Yeah, a lot of the time. Yeah, but sometimes you just say 穿拖鞋。
因为你又忘了，因为你每次都忘记。
Yeah, but you asked me to tell you when you're controlling. That's when your controlling force is strong. But most of the time, no, not at all.
好 ，OK， 有没有一个瞬间
瞬间是吗
？Moment，有没有一个瞬间，你想和我分手 ？Broke up。
for sure.
Even 1 second。
No.
没有吗？
真的没有。No, I've never thought I want you out of my life. Okay. Where is one place you would not follow me? It can be like a figurative place, like a not real place, like something I do, or it can be a literal place. Like if I go in there and I keep going, you won't follow me. You'll turn around and leave me behind.
我觉得 adventure 都可以，我觉得是可以的。前提是我们能够确保我们可以安全。
So if it's an adventure that you think is too dangerous, you won't come with me.
Well, that situation I still will go, cause I love you.
I thought there would be some adventures maybe you wouldn't come on.
比如说什么？
Like, if we went hiking in a place like Sunshine where there's just
什么是
那个包子 if we know they're there and I wanted to go hiking there for a week, just the two of us.
可以，拿一把枪，电死他。
好。
啊，我想起来了。如果你整天玩游戏，如果你每天玩游戏，我可能会跟你分手。如果你把你所有的时间都用来玩游戏，我可能会跟你分手。我会分手，不是走就分手了。如果今年春节我们还回桂林去我父母家过年，在他们的房子里过年，跟他们一起，你觉得你最长可以跟他们住多少天？
一个星期。
你的意思最多住1个星期？留个2个星期呢，你会怎么样？
我会很无聊。It's not because I don't want to spend time with your parents. It's just because I need time to myself. I can't spend that long with your whole family. Always in the same room.
你不用解释，不用担心，我就想知道多少天。
If we really had to, if we lost all our money and we have to stay there, I could stay there for as long as we need to and just get sadder and sadder.
你现在可以这样说，但是等到那一天，我觉得你会死的。
If it's desperate, then yeah, I can do what I have to do.
到我了是吗
？No, 到我了。
哦，对的，好。
Why do you want children?
因为我喜欢孩子，很简单，我喜欢孩子。但是最近我想过一个问题，万一我不能生孩子怎么办？万一我不能生孩子，但是我又很想要孩子怎么办？我会不会接受一个别人的孩子？我会不会去愿意领养一个孩子？我知道你愿意，你觉得领养一个孩子可能是这个世界上最美好的事情，给这个孩子一个家。但是我在问我自己，我可以做到和 Scott 一样吗？我可以和你一样吗？我可以，就是我会不会真的会去收养别人的孩子，然后像自己的孩子一样？我可以做到吗？我问过自己这个问题。
But for me, I don't think of it as like their kids and our kids. It's just a child. Just a child with no parents.
对，这可能就是目前你和我们想法的区别。但是我觉得你的想法是非常非常非常好的。这应该就是怎么说呢？像我的想法呢，就是你可以感觉出来有一点自私。有一类人，他们只想要自己的孩子，因为他们自己的孩子是跟他们流着一样的血从他们身体里面出去的，他们会感觉这个就是我的亲孩子，亲生孩子。对，但是你的问题是我为什么想要孩子？因为我喜欢孩子。
Yeah, sure. You can go and work at a nursery if it's just because you like kids.
好吧，那我就跟你说实话了，我其实很好奇我们的孩子会长什么样。
好。
然后呢，我也特别好奇，怎么样把一个孩子从刚生下来到长到1岁、2岁、3岁、4岁、5岁、6岁，长到很大。我觉得这个过程我也想参与。我觉得如果我有了第一个孩子，我很有可能会想要第2个孩子。
为什么？
因为我知道怎么样照顾孩子了，而且我们要花10年、20年的时间去把他养大、教他。那么为什么不要2个呢？一起养大。然后他们2个还有一个伴儿，他们可以，他们不会孤单。
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know about the first kid for me, but for the second kid, that's definitely my main reason. I wouldn't want them to be lonely.
对。其实我已经 run out my question.
How?
有2个我不想问。你想让我问吗？
If you don't want to ask them, then no.
我觉得很无聊，其实也可以问。那个 not big deal. 如果我的牙医告诉我，我要永远戴我的牙套。
没问题。我已经习惯了。I also think my last 3 questions aren't as strong as the ones we've asked already, so maybe we should stop.
Yeah.
What do you think you've learned from this?
让我们更加信任对方，更加爱对方。然后我会感觉和你 没有任何的隔阂，感觉很安全。你呢？
I guess I know you a little better.
真的吗 ？From today？
Yeah, I forgot about the cameras after a while.
Yes.